Little fellow, you must have given up the hope of living.
On the contrary, I do not let the word death bother me.
Same here, baby.
Then what are you waiting for?
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Matt and I will be your host, and today we're going to have the ever-popular Game of Death. Joining me in their respective pagodas today is Neal, Jeff, and Ken. How you guys doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Doing good.
Doing okay, thanks.
Excellent. And today our challenger is going to be Andrew. Andrew, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
Good, and Andrew's coming to us via Skype from Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into trivia, if you've been working out to go up the levels of the pagoda, all that kind of stuff.
I'm a younger siblings, and my brothers were always in like academic team and stuff, which would be like the equivalent for like Brain Bowl, I think, where you guys are. Mm-hmm. And so I did that when I was growing up. Now I'm a U.S. history teacher, and I coach football, and I coach the academic team at the school where I coach at. So
that's great. As far as U.S. history, that's really cool that you're a teacher. What's your favorite, subject to teach throughout the year, the one that the kids seem to gravitate towards?
Well, the one I enjoy the most is the one I'm doing right now, which is post-revolutionary history, pre-War of 1812. So it's the starting of the government, switching from Articles of Confederation to the Constitution, that sort of thing.
All right, so the Game of Death is played by 4 rounds of 5 questions, where Andrew will challenge each of our hosts in their respective specialty. And then after 2 rounds, there will be a special swing round designed by me, where our contestants will be able to add some extra points. And we'll also have a round that he has picked out that I will tell to the competitors when we get to it. It'll be a bit of a surprise. Finally, there will be 5 questions in various topics. Andrew will get to choose the topics out of 10 that I have selected. And we'll do that when we get there as well. You guys ready to play?
Let's do it.
I'm good.
All right, we will start with Jeff. Ready, Jeff?
I am.
Jeff
Get
looks
this out
ready.
of the way.
Yeah, Jeff had a long drive from the Michigan State game. Who'd they play again?
They played Maryland yesterday.
Maryland. So he was in the pouring rain.
How did that go for you guys?
It was damp.
Perfect.
How was the sports?
It was good. I mean, they won 17-7. Then they took their foot off the gas. That's the only reason Maryland scored it all.
Oh,
so.
Perfect. Yes. Jeff's specialty is Michigan State.
That's right.
We're going to do a little bit of geography and science. All right, question 1. Caracas is the capital of what northernmost country in South America?
I'm in.
I much prefer asking the geography questions.
Yeah, as opposed to having to answer them.
Yes, 100%.
I knew this at one time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in my head somewhere. I was always much better at history than geography.
I feel the same way.
And then science is also probably my worst subject, so this is going to be a bad round for me.
Perfect.
Good, because I'm a little on the back foot today, so that helps me.
All right, I got a wrong answer.
Awesome. Perfect. Jeff's pretty confident. What did you think?
Caracas is in Venezuela.
Okay. And Andrew?
Yeah, I wrote Colombia down.
The answer is Venezuela.
So what's the name of that thing that horn everyone's playing at the soccer matches?
That's the
The
Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela.
Venezuela.
Okay, does that not come from Venezuela?
That comes from South Africa.
From
I think.
South Africa.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I remember when the World Cup was in South
It
Africa.
just sounds similar, Neal.
it should be the national horn of Venezuela.
It's a little... I don't know if countries have national horns.
Well, they should.
We'll get right on that. All right, question 2. If Prince of Persia were set in the year 1940, what would it be called?
I'm in.
You ever play Prince of Persia?
No.
It's a great game.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal wants that one back.
I think Prince of Persia fans want Jake Gyllenhaal gone, so...
I'm not quite sure where it is specifically, so I'm gonna take a stab.
Let's start with Andrew. What did you say?
I knew it was in the Middle East. I wasn't sure the exact one, so I said it would be Saudi Arabia.
All right. Jeff?
I don't know if this was a country yet, but Persia is definitely in the Middle East, but I think it's a little bit more east than Saudi Arabia, so I went Iran.
And the answer is Iran. Persia actually became Iran in 1935.
Wow. Okay, cool. That was what I was afraid of.
That it wasn't quite there yet. All right, good job, Jeff. Question 3. This animal would be most likely told to watch its sodium intake due to its having the highest blood pressure of any animal. This would be poor advice, however, as the animal needs high blood pressure for blood pumping from its heart to reach where it needs to go.
Yeah, I'm locked in on that one. I know that one for sure.
All right.
I'm in with a guess.
All right. Let's hear your guess, Jeff.
I said the hummingbird.
Okay. And Andrew?
It's the giraffe.
Yes, the giraffe.
Makes sense.
Yeah, the giraffe, it's because they need the high blood pressure to get from the heart to the brain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with hummingbirds are so small that the BPM should take care of it, but you need that high blood pressure to elevate.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, question 4. Canaries used in coal mines is the most famous example of this particular type of species. Whether they hunt and kill X-Men is pure speculation.
That was a good clue.
The only way me and Neal would.
Quietly nodding to yourself.
So Andrew, where's your background on X-Men?
Well, I like them.
All right, it's a start.
I thought my comic book knowledge was a little better, but I'm in with the wrong guess.
All right,
I won't drag it out. I'll make an incorrect guess as well.
perfect. Our favorite kind of guesses. Jeff, what's your incorrect guess?
I said phoenix.
Oh, okay. Andrew?
I said a saber-tooth.
All right. Well, the answer is a sentinel species. Sentinel species are organisms, often animals, used to detect risks to humans by providing advanced warnings of danger.
See, I was thinking sentinel, but I didn't think that was an animal, so I didn't go with that. So
you did know it from X-Men, right? Is that?
yeah.
Yeah. The giant robots that were set to kill mutants. All right. And the final question in Jeff's round. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator is an introspective self-report questionnaire with the purpose of indicating differing psychological preferences in how people perceive the world around them and make decisions. It was developed by a mother-daughter team based on the typological theory proposed by this Swiss psychologist.
How you guys feeling about this one?
I feel pretty good about this one.
You're in, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. And how about you, Andrew?
I don't feel good because I only know one psychologist. I don't think he's Swiss, but we'll go with it.
All right.
Well, you're giving yourself a shot there.
Looks like everybody's in.
All right, Jeff, what did you say?
I believe this is based on the formative works of Carl Jung.
All right, and Andrew?
Well, I've heard of him, but that's not what I went with. I went with Freud.
All right, and the answer is Carl Jung. It's a great job, Jeff, there.
Me and Neal need to watch Dangerous Method.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Is that with Fassbender?
Fassbender and Viggo Mortensen playing Jung and Freud, respectively.
Yeah, I think I did see that in a really small theater, like a $2 theater. It was good, though. Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit about Carl Jung?
Putting you on the spot here.
What do you want to know?
I don't know.
about
Just
Carl
give us
Well, what
top
was-
3 facts.
Where were his focus
Well,
of
the
work?
Myers-Briggs indicator.
Yeah, just pretend you're HuffPost or BuzzFeed and give us 3 random facts that we didn't need to know this morning.
Did he live to be Carl Old? These are things that we need to know. That's bad.
Let's cut it there.
All right,
and that's
let's move
enough of
on.
that.
Carl Old, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. All right, so what are the scores after round 1?
So it looks like Team Triviality, which was Jeff this round, scored 30 points, and our challenger, Andrew, scored 10 points.
All right, round 2 is going to be some Neal questions. Knowing from listening to the show, how do you feel about some of these type of questions?
We'll see.
Perfect. Question 1 in Neal's round. According to this actor, he was cast in a Nicholas Sparks adaptation because he was not handsome.
Oh, I know this one.
So do I.
You know any ugly actors, Andrew?
I know plenty of ugly actors. None of them that I know that were Nicholas Sparks, though.
Awesome.
I know this ugly actor.
Was Steve Buscemi not not the lead in one of these Nick Sparks movies?
That's cruel. He's not the ugliest person in Hollywood, Ken.
I'm in with an answer.
No, Harvey Weinstein is on the inside and outside.
No Air 5s.
Really, the only one that's coming to me would be Ryan Gosling because he's kind of self-deprecating and obviously not one of the ugliest men in the world, and he would have been in The Notebook. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Ryan Gosling.
All right, and Andrew, what did you say?
That was kind of my same thought process, and I went with Ryan Gosling as well.
All right, the answer is Ryan Gosling. The director said, I want you to play this role because you're not like the other young actors out there in Hollywood. You're not handsome. You're not cool. You're just a regular guy who looks a little bit nuts. Sparks, yeah.
He said to the handsomest, coolest guy in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Didn't he also say like they cast Rachel McAdams because she was kind of plain Jane?
Boy, this guy.
Fun fact: Cliff Kingsbury kind of looks like Ryan Gosling.
I could see that too as well. And the only person in this room who knows what Cliff Kingsbury is.
Yeah, who is that? Cliff Kingsbury?
Quarterback for Texas Tech, was it?
Yeah, he's the head coach now.
Wow, he actually looks like Gosling?
That happens a lot in college football.
Yeah,
That's great.
The most handsome man becomes quarterback, becomes coach. That's how
Well, no, a lot of former quarterbacks are coaches now.
I'm going to
yeah.
stick with the handsome thing.
Yeah, that would be Nick Cassavetes, that director, son of famous John Cassavetes. Little fact there.
Old Neal fact.
All right, moving on to question 2. The original Michael Myers mask used in Halloween was actually a modified mask of this famous enterprising character.
I'm
in.
Okay. Andrew, you're in there really quick. What'd you say?
Yeah, it's William Shatner.
Yeah, that is William Shatner.
Yeah. Well, I was looking for the character Captain Kirk, but you guys are in the same boat there.
Oh, did you say character?
Yeah, but I'll give you guys.
Oh, do you want us to re-record and just say character?
I do not. I want you guys, and I want all this in as well. Okay. William Shatner is Captain Kirk. They're basically the same guy at this point in time. An enterprising character, Enterprise being the ship, if you didn't get the
What?
clue.
Yeah, these
Are you
guys
talking
didn't
about?
need a- these guys did not need a hint. I don't think.
Do we need to re-record?
All right. So 2 for 2 so far. So pretty good for both guys going. Question 3. This actor was originally pegged to portray the Terminator, but was thought to be too nice by James Cameron. There were also concerns on if the iconic fingerless gloves would fit. I may have made up that last part.
I'm in.
This one's got me stumped.
Matt coming with the hints.
I really like the clue.
I don't even have like a thought process on it.
The original Terminator is good. Kind of gets overshadowed by T2, but they're both good.
Hot take. Terminator is good.
Yeah. You get villain Arnold, and then you get nice Arnold, so you get the best of both worlds.
We should just have a podcast of yours, Neil. It's just called Neil's Quick Takes, and it's 30 seconds, and you just give one short opinion on a movie. Terminator.
I'll say
Pretty good. Not outshadowed by T2. And that's the whole show.
Yeah, it would be Neil's quick takes. Arnold Schwarzenegger cocks a shotgun with one hand better than anyone.
I'm locked in with the wrong answer.
All right. Let's hear that wrong answer, Andrew.
I went Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, that would be fun.
That's a good guess though, because they did have a rivalry for a long time and would measure biceps together. But surprisingly, the answer is Juice. OJ.
O.J. Simpson.
I get the glove. I get the glove. Yeah.
The glove don't fit, etc., etc.
Too nice.
And too nice, obviously. All right.
Nobody would believe him as a killer.
Just a robber.
Just 12 people didn't.
If I started Skynet.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Great job, guys. Question 4. Drive Shaft was the fictional band on what show? I can't remember if they had 4, 8, 15, 16, etc. hits.
I'm so embarrassed. I know all 4 so far of the movie questions, and I knew 3 science questions. I could cry.
That's how it always is.
Sorry, Jeff.
I feel like I'm living in the upside down right now.
I don't think I've ever heard of the name Drive Shaft before.
So I'm going to lock in with something that's completely wrong.
I wrote down just in my own head here Parks and Rec, but I feel like it was one of the bands that Jeff and I, when we did a Lay It On Me episode for that, we went through all the bands and he labeled them all. And it doesn't sound like one because they're all like, I can't even think of the names right now, but it just didn't. They were funnier. It kind of sounds like something they would say on The Office, so I don't remember if there was a band on The Office. So, I don't know. I'm going to go with The Office.
I'm a little surprised at Neal here.
Yeah.
I am too.
All right, Andrew, what did you say?
Well, going off the name Drive Shaft, I just went with something that dealt with cars, so I said Knight Rider.
All right, so Knight Rider is a good guess. Actually, so I've been listening to a lot of AJ Mass's podcast, Beat My Guest, and he actually puts a reference to this show in pretty much every episode. The answer is Lost.
Yeah, I only saw the first season. I don't even really remember that much about it.
I've never seen an episode of Lost.
Wow.
So both of us were lost that question. So.
Perfect. So the numbers meant nothing to you guys then, obviously.
What's the name of the symbol umbrella corporation or whatever?
That's what can't I remember?
The Dharma Initiative.
Dharma Initiative. Yeah, yeah, and it's run by Jenna Elfman. Sorry, I had to say it.
Boo. Boo, boo, boo. The Greg Initiative didn't go anywhere. All right, question 5. While many people often aspire to one day being their own boss, most don't win awards for it. Only 2 men have won Best Actor Oscars in movies that they also directed. Name either. This originally was Name Both, and I thought that's way too hard.
Yeah, that seems pretty hard.
So it's people who won.
They won Best Actor Oscars in movies that they also directed.
I'm gonna lock in.
All right, Andrew is in.
Just thinking of actor directors. Kevin Costner won it for his first movie, Best Director, but he hasn't won an Oscar, I don't believe. Mel Gibson hasn't won one. He won for Braveheart. For some reason, part of me is leaning towards Warren Beatty as one, possibly, maybe for Reds. Robert Redford won for Ordinary People.
This is where Neal throws out other facts to ignore the part that he doesn't know the answer to this one.
Just trying to go. It wouldn't have been in the 2010s. If I had a few more minutes, I might. I had a few things in my head, but I'm just going to go with one.
All right. Let's start with Andrew. What did you say?
Yeah, I thought it might have been for Dances with Wolves, so I went with Kevin Costner.
All right. And Neal, who was beating himself up over this for the last 5 minutes?
I just know that he directed the film Reds, and I believe he won an Oscar for it. I'm just going to go with Warren Beatty.
All right. Well, the answer is actually Laurence Olivier in Hamlet, 1948.
How about Roberto Benigni?
Roberto Benigni. That's the one I thought that people would be able to get.
That's right.
He had the very famous jumping on his chair when he won and running up to the... I believe that's how that
Not my
went.
favorite version of Hamlet.
The Italian scallion.
Is Lion King your favorite version of Hamlet?
That or the
Kenneth Branagh, yeah.
Kenneth Branagh's version. That one is a really good one too.
Mel Gibson's Hamlet is actually surprisingly good with Glenn Close.
What was the Benigni film?
Life is Beautiful.
That's right.
Which also won Best Picture that year?
No, or foreign film.
Best Foreign Film.
Yeah.
All right. After round 2, what are the scores, Neal?
Team Triviality has 60 points, and Andrew has 30 points.
All right, and now it is time for our swing round. The Triviality team is going to get to work together. There are going to be 10 questions at 5 points apiece for them. They are going to be 10 points apiece for Andrew. Fictional sports teams, because I had to throw some sports in here because none of you will let me write sports questions.
That's fair.
That's fair. How confident are you in fictional sports team, Andrew?
I watch a lot of movies and I like sports, but we'll see how well those go together.
All right. Well, how this is going to work is I will name a team or multiple teams from a movie, television show, etc., and you will tell me what it's from. So, number 1, we have the Dallas Felons, the San Francisco Fairies, and the Milwaukee Bears. Number 2, the Hickory High Huskers. Number 3, the Mars Greenskins and the New York Mets. Number 4, Average Joe's, Global Gym Purple Cobras. Number 5, East Dillon Lions. Number 6, the Maine Androids, Orlando Crushers, and Miami Sharks. Number 7, the Minnesota State Screamers and the Orlando Crushers. Number 8, the Charlestown Chiefs. Number 9, the Rockford Peaches. And number 10, the Compton Clovers and the Rancho Carne Toros. Number 1, the Dallas Felons, San Francisco Fairies, and Milwaukee Bears. Number 2, Hickory High Huskers. Number 3, Mars Greenskins, New York Mets. Number 4, Average Joe's, Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Number 5, East Dillon Lions. Number 6, Maine Androids, Orlando Crushers, and Miami Sharks. Number 7, Minnesota State Screamers and Orlando Crushers. Number 8, the Charlestown Chiefs. Number 9, Rockford Peaches. And number 10, the Compton Clovers and the Rancho Carne Toros.
Okay, so we'll discuss here. So let's start backwards. Ken wrote the Clover one, number 10, as Bring It On, which is correct. I was just watching that at lunch the other day, as one would do.
League of Their Own, of course.
League of Their Own.
Rockford Peaches.
The Charleston Chiefs, Slapshot.
Classic hockey movie.
I know for a fact, number 6, Miami Sharks would be quarterbacked by Jamie Foxx. That'd be Any Given Sunday.
Yep.
Inch by inch.
Yep.
Number 4 was the
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball,
I mean,
Average Joe's. What was the one you wrote here for Ken for number 3?
I believe
that
he
would
wrote
be
Futurama. The New York Mets is a dead giveaway.
10, 9, and 8 are good. Number 6 is good.
4 and 3 are definitely correct.
4 and 3 are correct. Okay, so we have I guess just go down the list here. Minnesota Screamers and Crushers. What is it?
Orlando Crushers.
Orlando Crushers.
The Crushers sound familiar, but I can't place
There
it.
was the Crushers in the previous one too, right?
Yeah,
Oh, Minnesota State Screamers. So it's got to be something college related.
maybe. Or any of these Varsity Blues. Or what's another sports movie? The Blind Side. What are the teams on those?
Those are real college teams. That's
What about the high school teams?
Mississippi. Oh, that I wouldn't know.
How about the
Oh wait, Dillon, East Dillon.
Texas, maybe?
How about that movie with Keanu Reeves?
The Replacements.
The Replacements.
Yeah, they're a red team. Gene Hackman. Let me think. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know about Minnesota State.
No Halifax Highlanders from my favorite sports movie, Goon.
First of all, where is the Icelandic team?
Yeah. District 5.
From D2 The Mighty Ducks. Do you know the teams from Not Another Teen Movie?
No, I don't know that. I was really
Or-
hoping he would do Necessary Roughness, but I don't
Well,
think.
I think we've done what we can here, so let's throw some guesses in.
All right. So after much deliberation, our Triviality team is locked in, as well as Andrew. So for number 1, The Felons, Fairies, and Beers. What did you say, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm wrong on this, but and I didn't know it at all. So when I don't know something, I go with my favorite football movie, and I went with The Replacements.
Oh, awesome. What did you say?
We had to guess on this one a little bit, so we went with Longest Yard.
I'm a little surprised and a little disappointed that you guys didn't get basketball.
Oh.
I knew it was a comedy. I couldn't figure it out. Ugh.
Yeah, Milwaukee Beers was the Matt and Trey team.
Yeah, that's the one that sounded too funny for me. But
Never seen it.
It holds up pretty well.
I have
Does
seen it,
it?
and I should have probably had it.
I heard it's rough.
What?
That's
like,
funny.
Watching it now,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff about current sports that kind of fits in pretty well with how it's played. So number 2, the Hickory High Huskers. Triviality. What'd you guys say?
On another guess, we went with Varsity Blues.
Okay, Andrew.
That's way better than mine because again, I didn't know, so I went with High School Musical.
Oh, it's actually the classic Hoosiers.
That makes sense.
Question 3, the Greenskins and the New York Mets. What'd you guys say? Triviality.
Yeah, so now we're getting into some territory that we're more familiar with, and we went with Futurama.
All right, Andrew.
Yeah, this is the one I was of the 5 that I thought I knew. This is the one I was least sure about, but I also said Futurama.
All right, Futurama is correct. That they are Blernsball teams.
Yes.
Where Leela becomes the first female player. Yeah. Awesome. All right. For Average Joes and the Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Andrew, what'd you say?
That's the classic Dodgeball.
And you guys?
Dodgeball as well.
Perfect. Dodgeball it is.
Dodge, dug, dip, dive, and dodge.
You can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
All right. East Dillon Lions. Triviality was having some trouble with it. What'd you guys end up saying?
So this is another one that we ended up guessing on, and we guessed The Blind Side.
All right. And Andrew?
Oh, no, see, it's a classic TV show that was based on a movie that really had nothing to do with the movie. It's Friday Night Lights.
Yep. And it's points for Andrew and no points for you guys. Moving on. The Maine Androids, Orlando Crushers, and Miami Sharks. Andrew, where'd you think that was from?
Yep, another one I knew nothing about, so I just went with The Replacements.
All right. You guys?
We went Any Given Sunday.
The answer is Any Given Sunday.
I've heard of that movie.
You were halfway there then. All right. How about the Minnesota State Screamers and also Orlando Crushers? What did you say, Triviality?
Well, funny enough, we went Replacements on this one.
And Andrew?
Hey, I did too, because I didn't know it.
The answer is Coach.
oh,
He started out at Minnesota State and eventually became NFL head coach in the final season or so.
Craig T. Nelson.
Indeed.
All right.
And that guy who plays Patrick Star in SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah, is Dauber?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Charlestown Chiefs. Andrew.
Yet another one I didn't know, so The Replacements.
If they were all the replacements, you'd be killing it right now. Trivia.
I know.
Triviality, what did you say?
We want the Paul Newman classic, Slapshot.
And that is Slapshot. I feel good that you guys both will have this one. The Rockford Peaches. Triviality.
That would be A League of Their Own.
And Andrew?
Yep, that's what I got. League of Their Own.
Awesome. Correct for both of you. And finally, the Compton Clovers and the Rancho Carne Toros. Andrew, what did you say?
That would be the Kirsten Dunst classic Bring It On.
All right, Triviality.
That would be Bring It On.
You get Bring It On, but not Slapshot.
Never seen Slapshot. How can I say?
There you go. Triviality getting 6 right adds 30 points to their score. Andrew getting 5 right adds 50 points to his score. And what is the score now, Ken? Because Neal's been taken away from scoring.
It is 90 to 80.
All
with
right.
Triviality in the lead.
So we do have a close game going into Ken's
That
round.
could all change now.
I feel like these are good Ken questions. We'll see.
Yeah, we haven't had a game of death where me and Neal both played, and we have a lot of overlap. So I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, so it's a nice hodgepodge of history and other things that I know that Ken might know some
And
things
he's a
about.
history teacher, so that's great.
I hope I don't embarrass myself.
All right.
That's our goal every time we get in front of the mics.
We do it about 50% of the time. All right, so the first question in Ken's round. Poutine is a Canadian dish originally from Quebec. While initially mocked, it is now one of the nation's most popular dishes with festivals all over Canada as well as the U.S. What are the traditional 3 ingredients in the dish?
I had a full order of poutine the other evening after having a burger, which included a fried egg. So I would.
I'm locked in.
Is there
Yeah, same here. I'm good.
poutine down in Oklahoma?
Occasionally at the fair.
Yeah, throw some JR's barbecue sauce on it. Doing good.
Jim Ross?
Yeah. From Oklahoma.
I enjoyed it.
That's
Yeah.
all I know about Oklahoma is Jim Ross.
How dare you?
That's really all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
We need him to
Absolutely.
call this match.
My God.
Andrew's back in the lead.
Bill Goldberg's from there too.
Is he?
He's from Tulsa.
Should have done some wrestling in here. All right. Ken, what did you say?
I went with French fries, cheese curd, and gravy.
And Andrew.
Yeah, I want French fries, cheese curd, and gravy.
All right. 1 for 1 for both guys.
Nice.
Question 2. The origin of this weapon comes from the Finns during the Winter War as a way to mock a foreign minister. Those would be the Finnish people.
Yes. I'm assuming they're from Finland.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah.
dana, dana.
Yes.
Isn't the Bulls' new player from Finland?
Yeah. Laurie Markkinen.
Weapon developed a way to mock a foreign minister.
Oh, he's not the weapon you're talking about?
I can't think of a single weapon from Finland, so
Kindness. Asking. Saying
Yeah,
please.
maybe it's a trick question. It's just kindness.
Its weapon is being a buffer state between Russia and the rest of that peninsula.
I'm trying to work my way through this, and I'm thinking weapons you'd have to be like really close to, because saying, this is funny because I got close to you so I can kill you. But then also something like it's winter, so something that maybe would be have like fire, saying we have fire, you don't. Yeah, I'm locked in. I'll say a rapier.
Okay.
As I believe the Winter War was a little bit more modern, I went with a claymore mine.
Okay. Ken was a little closer.
I would guess Molotov cocktail.
And Jeff would be correct. It's a Molotov cocktail. The
Good
foreign
call.
the
Good
foreign
call.
minister being the Soviet minister Molotov. So they had a pact with Nazi Germany where they were dropping bombs on Finland, and they were called Molotov bread baskets. So when they invented these, they called them Molotov cocktails
Yes,
to throw them
yes,
back at them.
of course.
Question 3. The term OK is often said to derive from this president, referring to his nickname of Old Kinderhook. This referred to his birthplace in New York, and his supporters even formed the OK Club, although it wasn't successful in getting him reelected. Not sure if they had a secret hand signal.
Oh, that pained expression on Ken's face is killing me.
It's like one that I've heard before.
This is the part where I would normally jump in. And this is destroying me. Much like that lost question with Neal.
This is the presidential time period that is not my best.
You guys got to narrow down to a couple in your head, probably.
Yeah, I think Ken's all the way down to 44.
I have kind of an era that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I'm down to an era also.
Thinking of presidents who were just okay.
Yeah. Oh, this guy was probably a little less than okay, but I'm in.
Okay. Andrew, what are you thinking?
Well, so for me, I'm looking at the area post-War of 1812, pre-Civil War is the area I'm kind of looking at. And I know there's a lot of political turmoil there, where there's a lot of one-term presidents. I know it's probably post-Jackson. All right, I'll lock in.
All right. What'd you say, Andrew?
I went with Martin Van Buren.
All right. And Ken?
I thought it was a little bit later. I thought it was more like between 1900 and the Great Depression. So I went with Coolidge.
Well, if you were a Seinfeld fan, you would know the hand signal of the Van Buren boys. It's Martin Van Buren.
The only, I would say when you said post Jackson, I was just like, if it wasn't Martin Van Buren, I was gonna be like, you can't get much more post Jackson than that. Rolled over by the ball of Tippecanoe and Tyler too in 1840. So
That's why that sounded so familiar, the Van Buren boys. That's right.
only president for which English was not his first language. Old Kinderhook is a Dutch area.
Until Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Danish? I can't remember.
And now we know a lot more about Martin Van Buren.
That's all you need to know. Those are all the trivia points, I think.
Good to know.
So he's out for future episodes.
Yeah. All right. Question 4. This manga anime revolves around the character of Vash the Stampede as he tries to avoid bounty hunters who have a $60 billion bounty on his head. It's much more complicated than that, but summarizing animes is very difficult.
I'm locked in.
This is not familiar to me.
No.
I don't know anime, but this is the only thing I can go with. So
Okay, I'm in.
All right. Ken, what did you say?
As a guess, I'm going Fist of the North Star.
All right. And Andrew?
So the only anime I know about any sort of like bounty hunting or anything is Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop's in the right area. It's actually Trigun.
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
No, I haven't watched or read that one.
I hear it's really good. I don't know.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Question 5. Not just the title of an old movie life song, and that clue is probably just for me. Founded in 1607, this is considered to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World.
I'm locked in.
All right. Based on the movie life quote, I'm sure.
No.
I'm into.
All right. Ken locked in too. What did you say, Ken?
Jamestown?
And Andrew?
I went Jamestown as well.
Jamestown, Virginia is correct. All right. And going into the round selected by Andrew, we actually have a tie game. It's 110 to 110. All right. So he has chosen Harry Potter as the topic of choice, and you can choose any one of Triviality to face. Luckily not me, because I know absolutely nothing about Harry Potter.
After you research this, you know a little bit more.
I know 5 things now.
I'm curious as to who he thinks knows the least.
Well, going into it, long before I knew Matt was hosting, I was going to challenge Matt.
That would have been
Just
really
challenge
good.
him anyway.
I think regardless,
He might not even get his own questions right.
I wouldn't.
I
no.
think regardless of who he chooses, we are, how you say, effed.
I think I'm going to go Jeff.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, so we have Andrew versus Jeff in a Harry Potter throwdown.
So before we begin, Jeff, where do you gauge your knowledge?
It's decent.
have you read?
I've read all the books. Yes.
Have you seen the films?
I saw all of them through Goblet of Fire.
Okay, but it's fair to say that you haven't studied in the wizarding arts.
No, I have not.
Just a plain muggle.
At least he's read the books, so that's one step above everybody else in our group. I think.
Yeah, I've only seen all the movies several times, and read the first book.
Every time a new book or new movie would come out, I would reread the entire series.
That's
Oh boy.
So you know most of these probably.
I'm going to get beaten like a bludger.
All right. So before I start reading these, a quick shout out to Brian Shabat, who's actually a Trivial Warfare Army member. He actually helped me write a couple of these questions because I wanted to make sure that they were fair. And I didn't know because, honestly, I don't know what's hard or easy with my knowledge of Harry Potter.
Thanks for the help.
yeah. Thanks, Brian.
All right. Question 1. Who is the student who was killed when Tom Riddle opened the Chamber of Secrets?
I'm locked in.
Oh boy.
I want to help so bad.
You know this one, Ken?
I think so.
Oh, I've got it.
Locked in?
I
I'm locked
approve
in.
of Jeff's answer.
All right. Andrew, you locked in really quick. What did you say?
That would be Moaning Myrtle.
I too put Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle is correct.
So did she get that nickname before she was killed?
Probably. Supposedly she was very whiny and cried a lot. So.
Well,
I'd love if you go to the Harry Potter world at Universal, and when you're in the bathroom, in the men's bathroom, you hear her all over the speakers going like, it's just really good. Like you just hear her talking to you while you're trying to pee. It's really funny.
Yeah, they do a really good job down there.
That sounds horrible.
It's all right. It's comforting.
It's really good.
Yeah.
All right.
there's a
No, we're moving on. Question 2. What is the name of Harry Potter's owl?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in also.
All right, that one was too easy. Jeff, what did you say?
I said Hedwig.
And Andrew.
It is Hedwig.
All right, 2 for 2 for both contestants. so far.
R.I.P.
And the Angry Inch.
Got things I don't know anything about. Question 3. What was the first of Voldemort's Horcruxes to be destroyed?
Ooh.
I'm locked in.
Is it intimidating when he locks in after 5 seconds? Does it make you think you should know it?
No, I don't. He's obviously much more familiar with the source material. Like I said, I read all of the books and I finished them a little late, but I finished book 7. It's got to be at least 5 years ago. And I read the last 4 basically straight through at the same time. So, yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I can whittle it down to 8, so that's a good start. Yeah, I can't remember for sure, but I'll take a guess.
All right, Jeff, what did you say?
So I said his journal.
I'm going to need you to be more specific.
I need to be more specific?
Yes.
Darn it. I don't know if I can be. So I'll leave it at that.
I'll leave it up to the judges afterwards. Andrew, what did you say?
Tom Riddle's diary.
Oh, yeah.
So the answer is Tom Riddle's diary. Does journal seem...
Andrew's choice.
Yeah. What do you think, Andrew? Is that too general?
Give it to him. I don't care.
It's a book that he wrote.
I guess a journal is a diary. Did you know it was Tom Riddle's?
Yeah, it's Voldemort's, which is
they're all
Tom Riddle.
Voldemort.
See, these are things I don't know.
Yeah, he's the same person. So.
Well, then...
Let's wait for the whole show to be done, and if I lose by 10 points, just take it away.
Done. All right. Question 4. What is the spell to make items levitate or float?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in also.
All right.
It's not Expelliarmus. That's not that. That's the only one I know.
All right.
What's your Patronus, Neal?
It's not a stag. It's Patrick Swayze.
Oh, is it?
Of course it is. Andrew, what did you say?
Wingardium Leviosa.
And Jeff?
I didn't know the whole thing. I said Levioso. So
that's
not the whole thing.
You were 50% there.
I mean, you'd have to consider whether something would float if you did just that spell, and
it would not.
No.
Yeah.
In the first movie, when they first teach it in Charms class, they do the Wingardium Leviosa, and then that's when Hermione says, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
And now we know something. No points for Jeff.
That we can never use in practice.
Absolutely not. All right. The final question in the Harry Potter round. Shortly after the release of this book, page 606 became a popular early meme on message boards.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got backstory.
I'm locked in. I'm pretty sure.
There was no question yet.
No, it is after the release of this book.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I don't ask questions. This one I did.
That's true.
You're just asking it Jeopardy style.
Yeah, very academic.
I'm good. I'll write the right answer now.
All right, I'm going to let Andrew answer first, and then we'll let Jeff get into whatever he's thinking.
Yeah, this was the one I'm probably the least sure about, but I went Half-Blood Prince.
All right, and Jeff?
I believe there is a young girl standing in line waiting for this book, and early in the morning, and somebody runs along and screams,
Snape kills Dumbledore! Hey! Snape kills Dumbledore.
that would be Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
That is correct.
around that same time, I was pretty heavy into the video game Diablo 2, and people would jump into games to say Snape kills Dumbledore and then leave the game.
There was a lot of AIM screen names that were page 606, Snape kills Dumbledore, basically ruining it for everybody, which is a terrible thing to do. But points for both contestants there. So.
She was like at the bookstore. I mean, that's so brutal.
Yeah, she clearly hadn't read it yet. Or owned it.
It was the day it came out. It's like a midnight release.
All right. Well, Jeff got 4 right in that round, and proving his mastery of Harry Potter, 5 correct for Andrew. So I guess you picked the right topic there.
Yeah, for like the last 3 days, I was doing nothing but listening to like Harry Potter trivia podcasts and stuff.
Oh, man. Well, with that, Triviality moves into second place with 150, Andrew with 160, so a very narrow lead going into the final.
All right, so heading into the final round, it is a 10-point lead for Andrew. The way the final round works is Triviality is going to be able to work together to solve these questions, but Andrew is going to get to choose the topics. He'll get to choose 5 out of the 10 I present him. You ready, Andrew?
Sure.
All right. Category 1, fun with colors. Category 2, all the right moves. Category 3, banned in the USA. Category 4, those were the days. Category 5, you got to keep them separated. Category 6, this one is a gamble. Category 7, now that's a spicy meatball. Category 8, say your prayers. Bond, covalent bond.
Covalent.
Nope. Obviously, I know a lot about that one. And category 10, it comes from Japan.
So I'm not getting much information about what these are about based on these topics.
Don't worry, we're not either.
That's the joke.
Let's go with colors,
Okay.
moves, band, gamble, and meatball.
All right, so you're going with fun with colors, all the right moves, banned in the USA. This one is a gamble, and now that's a spicy meatball. All right, so as always in this round, you can wager from 0 to 30 in each category, up to the points that you have accumulated so far. So why don't we lock in those wagers right now?
We can mute Andrew, I guess, figure out wagers and then come back in.
Okay. I think we could go pretty hard all around.
Yeah, I
for
think we're.
these, and
Yeah,
I feel overall confident, but not specifically.
I understand.
Okay.
All right, all the wagers are in. So question 1 in the final round. Category, fun with colors. What are the 5 colors on the Olympic rings?
Okay.
Question 2, all the right moves. How many possible opening moves are there in chess?
Whoa.
Question 3, banned in the USA. This performer was banned from SNL not by Lorne Michaels, but by a fan vote, which he lost 169,186 to 195,544. Question 4. This one is a gamble. In Texas Hold'em poker, what is the common name for the 5th community card dealt? Question 5. Now that's a spicy meatball. Early versions of this treat were in the 3 colors of the Italian flag.
All right, and we are going to mute Andrew so we can discuss and he can think about his answers, and we will get him back when we are all set.
Olympic rings.
Right.
Yellow, green, blue, black, red.
Are you good on that? Yellow,
Yep.
green, blue, black.
Okay.
Yes.
Chess moves. This should be easy enough to figure out because you can move a pawn one of 2 ways as an opening move. There are 8 pawns, so that's 16. What else can you do from the start?
Two moves with the knights
2 moves with the knights. Yes.
each. So
Well,
that's 4 more.
Okay, so that's 4 more. But yeah, there's only 4 for the knights. So I'm gonna guess 20. Does that sound?
No,
Well, you couldn't move
nobody
it.
else
You
did
couldn't move a
jump.
queen or a king out of the way.
I think that's right then.
Okay.
You're
All right,
next.
Who was
so-
kicked off of SNL?
There's a
Elvis
couple.
Costello is the one that he was banned by Lorne Michaels.
Well, yeah, and 2 people that everyone hated. Steven Seagal was never invited back again, and I believe Andy Kaufman was also.
let's come back to it.
Okay, so the poker one. Do we agree on this one?
I have no idea how that.
River.
It's the river.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the only word I know from Texas Hold'em was
Yeah.
river. So, and the
Well, so the
flat?
flop
Flop.
is the first 3, and then I believe it's the turn, and then the river, which would be
Correct.
the last one. So we're good there.
and then the MacGuffin.
Yeah, the MacGuffin. Neal.
So red, white, and green.
Yes, we have red, white, and green as the Italian flag. And what treat has that color?
So
I could
Originally.
imagine gelato maybe having those 3 colors, or
Red, white, and green. I mean, cannoli has like the green nuts, but I don't see where red.
Neapolitan ice cream.
ooh,
Neapolitan.
Or candy
Neapolitan.
canes.
Neapolitan is an interesting choice. I could see Neapolitan being,
Maybe chocolate wasn't.
maybe
The
mint
original.
instead.
It could have been mint or pistachio.
So just the SNL one is whole.
So here's the thing: the fans would have to vote because they're annoyed by someone. Not banned by Lorne Michaels. Yeah, I'd lean towards Kaufman.
All right, looks like everybody is in. First, we'll go over the wagers, and then we'll get some answers. For question 1, Andrew wagered 20. Triviality also wagered 20. So, Andrew, what are the 5 colors of the Olympic rings?
So I kept coming up with 6, so I had to just get rid of one out of my head. So I ended up going red, green, black, white, and yellow.
Okay, and Triviality?
So I was pretty quick to jump on this one. I believe the 3 primary colors, blue, red, yellow, are represented, and also green and black, as that covers almost every single flag on Earth.
All right, and Triviality is correct. White is actually represented total, but it's the background. Yeah, so it's 6 different colors, and that combined to produce the colors of every flag that was originally at the Olympics.
So Qatar did not participate?
Not initially. All right, on to question 2. Looks like Andrew wagered 10 and 20 again for Triviality. Triviality, how many possible opening moves are there in chess?
Yeah, we kind of went through. So each pawn could either move 1 or 2 spaces. So that's 8 times 2, 16. And then 2 moves each for the knights. So 20 total.
All right, and Andrew?
Yep, I put 20 as well.
All right, and it is 20. Yeah, I think the tricky part with that question is knowing the pawns can go 1 or 2. All right, question 3. We had 10 points from Andrew and 20 from Team Triviality. Triviality was struggling with this one a little bit. What did you say is the performer that was banned by the fan vote?
So we went through a couple names. I know Steven Seagal was never invited back, but I feel like that might have been a Lorne Michaels decision. But knowing you, maybe it is Steven Seagal now. But according to it being a fan vote, I know that Andy Kaufman's original performance was kind of divisive, so we went with Andy Kaufman.
All right, and Andrew?
Yeah, now that they say that, I think they're right. I've heard the fact before. I couldn't come up with it. So as a joke answer, I just wrote Justin Bieber.
All right. The answer actually is Andy Kaufman. So he was kind of an on-again, off-again member of the cast, but not really, and he was a host. It was mostly his wrestling that got on the nerve of Dick Ebersol, who was the producer at the time. Kaufman proposed an audience vote to let him stay or force him off the show, and he lost, and then he decided never to come back. All right, question 4. Andrew had wagered 20, Triviality also 20. Andrew, what do you know about Texas Hold'em?
Quite a bit. I love poker.
All right. What is the common name for the 5th community card dealt?
That was going to be the river.
All right. Triviality, what did you say?
We also went with the river.
The river is correct.
So I believe it goes three card turn, or a flop, turn, and then the river.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Texas Hold'em was all over TV for a while, and that's kind of where I learned these things, and you don't see it as much anymore. All right. In category 5, Andrew wagered 30, Triviality wagering 20. So early versions of this treat were in the 3 colors of the Italian flag. Andrew, what did you say?
I was just trying to come up with treats that had 3 colors in them. I couldn't really think of anything, so I just said Neapolitan ice cream.
Okay. And Triviality?
Yeah, after a little bit of discussion, coming up with some different ideas, we also settled on Neapolitan ice cream.
All right. And Neapolitan ice cream is correct, actually. The original version of it was pistachio, vanilla, and cherry.
Ooh.
It sounds
good.
Probably better than what.
Yeah, chocolate's actually a very American addition to Neapolitan ice cream, which makes sense. We love our chocolate here. All right, so we actually had a perfect final round from Triviality, gaining a total of 100 points. Andrew got 3 out of the 5, and with his wagers, he gained 30. Bringing the final scores to Triviality 250, Andrew 190, making Triviality the Kareem of the crop today.
Why continue? Just let me pass.
You have forgotten that I, too, am not afraid of death.
Yeah, great game, Andrew, conquering us over the first 4 rounds. But
yeah, we were backed into a corner for sure.
And
the pagoda proves too difficult once again.
And 190 would win probably 95% of games that we've played, so great job by you today.
Yeah, anytime you guys want to have me back and beat me again.
No, we'd love to have you on do a 2-on-2, because I feel like with either of us, it would be a very complimentary team that would do really well, I think.
We're always looking for history majors. Sometimes that proves to be a little bit of a hard point for us.
Well, yeah, shout out to all your students. Hopefully, I don't know if you're going to have them listen to this, but they should be proud of their teacher, though, because that was a really good showing.
Yeah, shout out to my academic team. We actually just won our regionals also.
Awesome.
Oh, congrats.
So, I enjoy listening to your show. I listen to a bunch of different podcasts, and I look forward to you guys putting yours out every week. So,
well, thank you.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you listening.
All right. Thanks again to Andrew for joining us today. We really appreciate him coming on, and we appreciate all our listeners. If you'd like to support us, you can reach out to us at our Facebook or Twitter. All the links are going to be on our website at trivialitypodcast.com, as well as links to the episodes, links to our Patreon. Jeff, why don't you tell us a little bit more about that Patreon?
Certainly. So we had a great outpouring of support in October, so we really thank you guys. We're almost halfway to our current goal. So if there are those of you who are interested in maybe supporting the show directly, which we would very much appreciate, you can find us there at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. We've got some great benefits. For those of you who don't know, we do bonus shows every month for our supporters who donate more than $5 a month. So those are always really fun. We really like doing those for you guys. So if you wanted to check that out, get that as a potential perk. More coming, but again, halfway to our current goal. So thank you very much for that. And if you'd like to chip in to that, it'd be very much appreciated.
Yeah, we always appreciate that. Other than spreading the word and the Patreon, the best way to support us is by rating, reviewing, and subscribing on all your favorite podcast apps. So until next time, on behalf of everyone, my name was Matt, and that was Triviality.
Wingardium Leviosa. Stop. You're going to take someone's eye out. Besides, you're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
You do it then if you're so clever.
Go on.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, well done! See here, everyone. Miss Granger's done it. Splendid.